The following is a presentation of the Digital Sports Broadcasting Network. Tonight's presentation of the Gridiron Game of the Week on DSBN is brought to you by You Park 'em, You Sell 'em, the car lot for you, the Downey Law Firm, Kudzu Seafood and Catering, the Macon Touchdown Club, BT Media Productions, btmediapro.com, Middle Georgia State University, Classic Firearms, and Quality Computers. Good evening, everybody, as we are live to you from the Ed, and it's another 2-4A battle tonight with a crosstown rival between the Howard Huskies and the homestanding Hurricanes of Rutland. Rutland comes in 1-1. Howard comes in 0-3 in this game. We'll quickly give you the captains down on the field. Number 14 is Marcellus Bentley, and big number 65 down there is Desmond King. For the Huskies, captain number 45 is Quintavious Morant. Number 51, Daniel Allen. And we'll try to get the other number 69, and that's Gabe Sanders. 50. And we'll have the toss of the coin, and let's just sit it right here and see who gets it. Howard has won the toss. They will defer to the second half. Well, good evening, everybody. Like we said, it's another in-town rivalry game tonight from the Ed. Howard opened the season at the Macon Touchdown Club, Middle Georgia Kickoff Classic, and they fought actually a week before that. They opened in week 0 against Westside right here at the Ed. Westside won that game 21-0. And kind of a starting point for Howard struggling on offense was Barney Hester's Huskies. They rolled into the Macon Touchdown Club Middle Georgia Kickoff Classic against FPD. Very tight ball game till the third quarter, and FPD just put it on them in that third quarter, taking advantage of turnovers and big plays, and went on to win that one 31-14. Last week, it was a tight ball game for all 4 quarters, but the Central Chargers, Coach Jesse Hicks and his Chargers pulled it off by a score of 20-14. Now for the homestanding Rutland Hurricanes, new coach Mark Daniels, and we had Mark this week at the Macon Touchdown Club as Rutland was a featured school. Had him on Gridiron Gab last night in our 6:30 to 8 program. Very good to talk to him. New man at the helm, taking the place of George Collins, a long time and only coach the Rutland Hurricanes have ever had. They opened up the season with a 35-14 loss to Perry on the road, and then last week got the 13-6 win over a crosstown rival Northeast. So that's where the two teams sit. Other games that we're going to be following for you here tonight is the Huskies come on the field. It'll be Jones County. It's hosting Locust Grove over at in Jones County. FPD will host Hawkinsville. That ought to be a pretty good game. 2-0 teams going against each other. Probably the biggest crowd in Macon tonight is going to be over at Brad Henderson Memorial Stadium. Central takes on Southwest. Tatnall is on the road. They play East Lawrence. Peach County is at Perry. Hoco is at Veterans, and Mary Persons is at Forest Park. And we'll check and see one of the other couple of single A schools. Mountain Sales, I'm not sure who they're playing yet. We'll get an update on that. And Stratford, one or both of those teams may be off this week. We'll check it and find out. Well, we'll get ready for the kickoff. As we said, Howard won the toss, 0-3, trying to turn it around. Talked to Coach Hester on Gridiron Gab last night as well. We'll take our first 30-second timeout. We'll come back for the kickoff. The Downey Law Firm understands what happens when you've been injured in a car wreck. Attorney Jason Downey used to work for insurance companies, and he's helped injured victims attain millions of dollars for their injuries. Whether you're in Macon, Valdosta, Atlanta, or anywhere in between, the Downey Law Firm handles cases throughout the entire state of Georgia. Give them a call today at 478-974-1738. The Downey Law Firm, making sure things are fair in the legal world. Back at the Ed DePore complex on the tee is Cody Burrell. He'll kick deep to Landon Miller and Marcellus Bentley. Both of them will stand. Bentley will be on about the 12. Miller will stand along the 7-yard line. We are underway from the Ed. High short kick. And Bentley's going to take it. He's going to come to this near side, and he is going to break through, and he's going to have a good return, and he's going to go all the way out to the 40-yard line before he is brought down by number 31 for the Huskies on the play, and that was Raycon Holmes. Your starting lineup for the Rutland Hurricanes across the front. At left tackle, Jamal Smith. Left guard will be DJ Conaway. Center will be Mark Alcanter. Right guard will be Dakota Mathis. Right tackle will be Desmond King. Marquavius Henderson will be the tight end. Splits will be Elijah Mace and Landon Miller. Kavian Fuller will be your quarterback. Fullback will be Marcellus Bentley. And Torrey Smith will be your other back. So they'll go under center here with Fuller. In the backfield, Bentley and Smith. Miller will be in the wing slot, and he'll leave it right up the middle. And this time they will go to Torrey Smith, number 21 on the carry that time. Bentley on the carry that time. He'll go from the 40. He'll get to the 44 and then pick up about 4 yards on the play, and we'll give him the full 4 and make up a 2nd down and 6 at the 11:30 mark. They'll split Mace out. No, they'll keep him in tight. They'll go 2 tight end sets here. Same backfield, take, and they're going to leave it with Bentley again, the workhorse, and he's going to try to get outside, and he's not going to go very far because number 8, Zequan Mitchell, senior on the tackle, and they're going to drop him right along the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring a 3rd and 6. Run a little misdirection here at times. Number 18 will check in, and that is Otto Foreman. And they'll split Otto out to this near side. Under center, Smith, Bentley, and Miller. Miller will come in motion. They'll go to Miller. He's coming around this corner. Got a block. Got another one. Cut back in. He's going to have a 1st down and more. He'll go into Huskies territory. He's brought down by number 54 that time, and that's Gabe Howard. But he'll pick up good yardage. Go from the 44. He'll pick up 8 big yards. Needed 6, and it'll be a new set of downs for the Hurricanes right there. So the Canes have a 1st down. To the far side will go Landon Miller. He'll be in that wing formation. They'll put Torrey Smith on this side. Save and fake it. And now Fuller's going to drop back. Going to look over the middle and hit a man, number 81, Elijah Mace, right in the hands, right along that 42-yard line. Couldn't hang on to it. Got to make that catch. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 along the 48-yard line of the Huskies. Glad to have you with us. Once again, want to thank all our sponsors. Part of it this year, Gudzu Seafood, the Downey Law Farm, You Park 'em, You Sell 'em, Making Touchdown Club, BT Media Productions, Middle Georgia State University, Quality Computers, and Classic Firearms. Under center. Take and go send a man in motion, and Howard got in there almost on him, and he's not going to go very far. Miller's going to lose yardage. He's going to lose 4 yards, and number 51 in on the tackle was Daniel Allen, the outside linebacker, a senior for Barney Hester's Huskies. And they'll move him back. They'll give him the 49, maybe right along that 50. Yep, they're going to give him along the 50. We'll call it a 2-yard loss and be gracious in it. 9:52. Come up to the line. Mace will be to this near side. Josh Corson will go to the other side. Drop straight back. Take and look. Going to look at the flat and going to try to send a screen. And it's going to be intercepted that time by the Huskies. And it's going to be number 33 on the interception. Bring it back across the 50 on to the 49-yard line. And that's Aaron Simmons with the 1st down. So the first turnover of the night at the 9-minute mark. And the Huskies will take over. Avery Vinings will be your quarterback. And let's see how the Huskies line up in the backfield. Raekwon Holmes should be your tail. In a shotgun, go Avery Vining. take, and he's going to run. He's going to run a little quarterback split up the middle there, and he's going to get to the line of scrimmage before he's sacked by a host of Hurricanes there. Number 24 was one of the last ones to get him, and that's going to be after the whistle blown, and you're going to get a personal foul on Marquavius Wheeler. And that's probably going to be a personal foul. They're going to mark off 15. They actually started along that 48-yard line, it looks like, where they've got it marked down. And it's a 15-yarder, and it's going to go to the 40-yard line. So the Hurricanes in business, and they'll have a 1st and 10. They'll go two-man to the far side. This time the quarterback will keep, and he's going to leave it with number 31 for the Huskies, and that is going to be Raekwon Holmes. And he'll pick up about 4 yards that time. And they'll come up to the line. Take and toss sweep. Go to number 28, and he's going to get caught behind the line of scrimmage, and he's not going to go very far, and that was Marquez Brown. And he got sacked by number 24 back there for the Rutland Hurricanes, and that was Marquavius Wheeler, the man that just got the penalty a few minutes ago. So he stepped up as he went to Jeremiah Kelly on a little toss sweep. Going to drop straight back. Going to look and going to throw a deep ball down the corner, and he's got a man racing in for a touchdown. And on the reception was number 3, and that was Andres Ellington. And that is going to be a 37-yard touchdown pass from Avery Vining to Andres Ellington. And Cody Burrell will come up with the extra point here. Huskies lead at 6-0 on a really nice pitch and catch. Right down that far sideline, Vining to Andres Ellington. It was 37 yards. Low snap on the extra point, and it is blocked. And the Canes are going to run it back, but they can't run it back, so it's no good. Extra point is blocked. And number 14 got it that time, and that was Marcellus Bentley for the Hurricanes. So timeout on the field, 7:46 to go in the first, 6-0 Howard. Well, it's football time in the South, and that means we're rolling toward the greatest time of the year. No, not just football. It's almost time for hunting season 2. And if you're in the market for a new rifle, there's no better place than Classic Firearms, located at 3780 Northside Drive, right here in Macon, across from the Wellness Center. Whether you're in the market for a rifle, a shotgun, or a new concealed carry pistol, now is the time to go see Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff at Classic Firearms. They have everything from weapons to accessories to ammunition. So call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. And welcome back to the Ed. Off the interception, the Huskies get the points. They moved it across the 50. Well, they started on the 48. 15-yard penalty helped them, and then 3 plays later, 37-yard touchdown pass. On the return, number 14 that time, Marcellus Bentley. And he's going to give the Huskies good field again on another short kick by number 17, Cody Burrell. For Bonnie Hester's Huskies. And they'll set up shop right there along the 41-yard line. Second shot of the night for Kavian Puller. He'll have Bentley and Smith and Landon Miller in the backfield. They'll put Miller to this side this time. 2 tight ends under center. Take, and you're going to give it this time to Torrey Smith, I believe, and Smith's going to get outside. Let's check and see. No, that was number 12 on the carry, and that is Shemar Robinson. So Robinson in the game for the Huskies. Take and send a man in motion, and they'll go to Miller, and he's going to get way behind the line, and that's as far as he's going to get. And the first man in there for the Huskies was number 43, and that was C.J. Grimsley, a sophomore. And number 45, Quintavious Morant, will check out for the Huskies, and number 55 will check in, and that's Craig Russell, a senior. Bring it up to the line. Landing to the far side along with Josh Corson. Miller will be the setback on that side, running H. Take and drop straight back. Quarterback will roll this way, look straight downfield, and he's got a man almost intercepted again. He was trying to go to number 81 that time, and number 20 picked it off, and that was McKay Mack, and he was trying to go to 81, Elijah Mace. And it goes out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 13. Ball is going to be placed on the 40-yard line. No, they'll move it back to the 38-yard line. So back deep for the Huskies will be Andres Ellington along with Avery Vining, and they'll both stand along the 38-yard line. Snap and kick is away, and this time Landon Miller, and they'll come this way with it. Here goes Avery Vining. Got the punter to beat, and he's gone for a score. Gets by the punter. Now they catch up with him. Nope. And he caught it on about the 36-yard line. We'll take a look at it. And we believe that was about the 36, and he is taking it back. Check the punt. I'm going to check the yardage on that. Avery Vining on the punt return. And let's see where he catches this ball. And he's going to catch it on the 38. And he's going to take it back 62 yards for a touchdown. Avery Vining, extra point coming. Let's see, no flags. But yes, we got a flag along the 10-yard line. So that may not be a touchdown. Let's check it and see. It will not be. They are going to move it back. And they're going to move it back, so we have a block in the back, I believe. Yes, it was. So you can take that score off the board. And we'll skip to the next line on the scoring sheet there. So 6-0 Huskies. Looking downfield, there's a beam right here in the middle of me, and I didn't see the flag come down. I'm on the 50, but let's see, we're trying to get the chain set here for the Huskies. So Avery Vining with a big chance to make something happen. They'll go splits Meadows this time. And Sewell. Quentin Sewell. With Sewell in the slot to this side. Single setback is going to be Raekwon Holmes. And they will have an up back that time, and Avery Vining's going to take it and get outside, and he's not going to get very far because number 24, and that's Marquavius Wheeler, who's been awful busy, is going to throw him out of bounds, and it's going to be a 3-yard loss back to the 23. So the Huskies will be looking at a 2nd down and 13. 5:58. Had the touchdown taken off the board because of a penalty, and it's been that kind of year for Coach Hester with this young ball club. So Vining will come out. And they'll send Andres Ellington to that wide side of the field. They'll have Meadows out here, and in a slot will go Sewell. Take, and they'll go to the up man, and that's number 31, Raekwon Holmes, and he's going to get pushed back by the Hurricanes, and we'll see who the first one in there to get him was. And I believe that was, we'll check it and see, number 35 possibly for them. Let's check and see that. Make that number 53, DJ Conaway, the linebacker. So now they go with 4 wides, 2 in a slot, single setback. Take, and Avery Vining will look straight back. Got time. Going in the middle of the field and just dropped out there. He was going for number 3, Andres Ellington, and Andres Ellington almost had it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 12, and let's see what the Huskies do here from the 23-yard line. And they are going to go for it, I believe. He had Ellington, Meadows, and Sewell in that 4 wide out position that time. Ellington to that far side, Meadows to this side. Sewell in a slot. Take and drop straight back. Gonna look, and he's going to overthrow everybody. It's going to be intercepted in the end zone, and a man bringing it back this way for the Rutland Hurricanes, and that is going to be, I believe, number 83. Make that number 23, and he's got one man to beat, and he's going to be taken all the way down at the Huskies' 12-yard line. Now they're going to mark him at the 16. And a beautiful interception and run back of that time for the Hurricanes. And an interception in the end zone gets them all the way down to the 16. We'll mark it at the 17-yard line with 4:53 to go in this first period of play, and the Husky Canes are knocking on the door. So they'll bring him up to the line. Fuller will go under center. Take and leave it, keep it himself. One man will miss him. Second one won't. He'll drive forward. 2 back to the line of scrimmage. Number 9 on the tackle, Octavius Reed for the Huskies. Gain of about 1. He'll go from the 17 to the 16. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. Bentley checks in late. They'll go wide with Mace. Miller to this side. He'll go in motion. Take and toss sweep to Bentley. Bentley tries to get outside, crosses the 15. He'll get to the 11. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play. Number 54 on the tackle, and that was Gabriel Howard, who was the Macon Touchdown Club Lineman of the Week this week. Don't forget, Monday night we'll be joined by the head coach of the Sanford Bulldogs, Chris Hatcher, as they are on the road this week and they play Central Arkansas. Got their first victory of the season last week. Split a man out wide this time to Corey Greer on a 3rd down and 4. Take and going to give to Miller. Miller's going to step in, now cut outside. Got to the 10, steps into the 5, falls to the 3, and he's going to have a 1st down, and he was taken down by number 43 that time, and it was C.J. Grimsley, and that's a couple of times we've called Mr. Grimsley. So they're going to mark him at the 3, but that's enough for a new set of downs by the young running back, Landon Miller. Miller, a junior. Mace will be in tight this time. Corson will be in tight. They'll go 2 tight ends. Smith and Bentley behind Fuller. Miller comes in motion. Take, and they're going to give it with the big man. He's going to drive in, and from 3 yards out, Marcellus Bentley runs it in, and we have a tie ball game between the Hurricanes and the Huskies. Eric Sanchez will come on for the extra point and try to give the Hurricanes the lead in this game. Out of the hold of Kavian Fuller. So from 20 yards out in the lead. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. Your score, Rutland 7, Huskies 6. We'll be back. Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue. And welcome back to Head to Four Sports Complex. 7-6. Hurricanes take the lead on a 3-yard plunge by Marcellus Bentley. His first score of the night. And remember, Westside has had a score taken off the board because of a penalty after a long punt return by their quarterback, Avery Vining. And he is back deep as one of the deep men on this kick return. And I believe that's Raekwon Smith back there as well, too. Sanchez will do the honors for the Hurricanes. 3:01 in the first, and he'll drive it, and it's going to go down and into the end zone, and that's where the Huskies will take over after the touchback, and it'll be first down and 10. So ball will come out. Along the 20-yard line, first down and 10. And the Huskies really would like to have that score back. We'll try to get you updates on scores throughout the night. We're following a few games. Jones County hosting Locust Grove. NCAA FPD hosting Hawkinsville. Big one in Macon Southwest and Central battling at Henderson. Avery Vining throws out the little screen out there. He's got a man running free, and we're going to get a flag, and I think we're going to get a hold over there. And let's see if we don't get 10 yards here. A flag came out along the 21-22-yard line, and I think they're going to get one of the Huskies on the hold there. And we do have a holding in the – and that's going to be on one of the – cost them a touchdown a few minutes ago, and it is a hold from the 21. That should push them back. And, now, let's see if that personal foul – a dead ball foul. So you'd move that 4 out of it. So they'll get 6-yard line. Well, no, they'll net 6 out of it. I'm sorry. Pardonnez-moi. 2 against Rutland. So 85 will check out for the Huskies. Josh Smith. They'll bring Sewell down here in the slot along with Meadows. Ellington to that far side. Look. Go to Ellington in the flats. Got room across midfield. Rolls into the Hurricanes 43-yard line. And he is brought down that time. Let's check it and see. And that is going to be number 24, who's been an active man here tonight, Marquavius Wheeler. But they'll go from the 43... over the 40 to the 43-yard line. Take, and this time they'll leave it with number 35 for the Huskies. And that is Kyle Pioli. And Pioli will go from the 43 to about the 42, and it's a good tackle that time. For a 2-yard gain, second down. Pioli will stay in the backfield. Avery Vining will look, throw it out in the flat, and he was looking out there for Andre Ellington and couldn't get the ball to him. So it'll bring up a third down. The Huskies have been inconsistent on offense this year. They've driven it at times, but just too many mistakes in the ball game on the offensive side of the football for them. Now they face a 3rd down and 9 on another nice drive here down to the 42-yard line of the Hurricanes, trailing 7-6. Lorenzo Hargrove in at the slot on the other side. And it's going to be picked off, and it's going to be the second pickoff of the night. And they got a man running this way, and he has got down to the one man to catch him. And that was number 53 on the interception, DJ Conaway, rather. And he returns it from about the 37-yard line all the way into, let's see where they finally marked this ball down. Is he along the 20-yard line, or let's see where they mark him out? I believe it's going to be along the 20, and the second interception for a long run back for the Hurricanes here tonight, and they're set up in business. 7-6, 4:49 to go in a slow-moving first quarter here. So the Hurricanes will come onto the field. Stay in that same backfield. Take and can give it with Bentley again, and he's going to have room to run from the 20. He'll pick up 5 yards and fall into the 15-yard line. And he is brought down by one of the Huskies, is number 43, Grimsley. We've called his name a couple of times, along with Gabriel Howard. But a 5-yard pickup for Bentley as we go. I'm sorry, I thought it was 45 seconds, not 4 minutes to go in the first. Under 19 seconds now, and let's see. Mark Daniel is not going to run another play. We'll go to the second period as time runs out. Timeout on the field. We get ready for the second period. 7-6 is your score. The Hurricanes lead it. We'll be back after these timeouts.
When I came here, I didn't know what I would find.
I worked hard.
I applied myself.
And I realized anything is possible.
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
Find your greatness.
The Macon Touchdown Club begins its 71st season on September the 6th at the Methodist Children's Home on Pierce Avenue. Join us again this year as we celebrate football, fun, and fellowship. Among our featured speakers this year will be former Georgia head coach Ray Goff, former Virginia Tech legend Frank Beamer, University of Georgia legend Lauren Smith, and former head coach of the Auburn Tigers Pat Dye, along with many others. Each Monday night, starting at 6:30, that's the Macon Touchdown Club. Visit us online at MaconTouchdownClub.com. Welcome back to the Ed. Crosstown rivalry game in Region 2-4A. It's the Rutland Hurricanes leading 7-6. They have their second big interception return of the night, and they're knocking on the door on a 2nd and 5 along the Howard Huskies 15-yard line. They'll come up to the line. Fuller will be at quarterback in the backfield. It'll go Bentley Smith and Landon Miller in the wing. They'll have Corson this time on the weak side at the tight slot. Take and going to give through number 14, and that's Marcellus Bentley, and not too much room to run that time. Daniel Lavelle, sophomore, was in on the stop for the Huskies. Live check out. This time they'll run a wide out to this near side, and that's Otto Foreman. send Miller in motion. They'll go to Landon Miller. He'll go outside, and he won't get very far. His number 2 will be in there to shut him down for a loss, and that's DeAndre Shelton. And he'll go, let's see if they'll give him back to the 16. So it'll bring up a 4th down, and it's going to be a long 6, or right at 6 yards. And let's see what the Canes opt to do here. Miller will be to this side. Elijah Mace to the other. They'll go with a split backfield this time. Quarterback's going to go up straight back. He's going to be in trouble. He's going to throw in the end zone, and it's going to get knocked down, that time in the end zone on a 4th down play. And let's see who that was back there, and I believe that was number, well, if he'll turn just a little more, number 12 back there, and that was Donovan Brantley, a junior defensive back. So on 4th down, on the, should be along the 16-yard line, and they marked it correctly now. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Howard Huskies. They trail in this one 7-6, but they had a long run punt return by Avery Vining called back, and were unable to put it in the end zone. Andres Ellington to this side. They'll go trips to the other side. Take and look. And he's going to go to Raekwon Smith, who's got room to run. Steps across the 20, rolls onto the 24-yard line. And the first one to get him that time was number 6, and that was Ryan Hogan on the tackle for the Hurricanes. Across that front, they'll go to Quavius Woods, Justin Braxton, and Dakota Gorman at your tackles. Your stand-up outside linebackers will be Willie Gorman and Josh Corson. Take and look, and going to give it inside, and they're going to go to Raekwon Smith, and he's going to break away. Got room to run, get to the 49, and roll on to the 50, and I think that's where they'll mark him down, maybe a long, they'll give him just this side of the 50, so another long run of about 23 yards. And we're going to call it the 49 and a half. And that's where we'll mark it down. Nose into the football, about a half yard short of the midfield stripe. Glad to have you with us. We'll structure some of these other games we're keeping an eye on. Ellington to that far side. Meadows to this near side. Sewell in a slot. Take and go to Smith. Got the hot hand 50, 45, 40. Steps out along the 39-yard line. Let's see where they finally mark him out. Maybe the 38. We'll give him the 38. 12-yard run. 1st down and 10. Unless they said he stepped back further and wait a minute. We got a penalty flag down. And I believe we're going to get another hold from the Huskies, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Flag down along the 46, so that's going to take them back to the 44-yard line on a 1st down run, so that's going to bring up 1st down and about 16. Yep, and that's going to mark them along the 44-yard line. So 1st and 16 instead of 1st and 10 along the 38-yard line, and penalties have hurt the Huskies here tonight. Wides to either side. Slot will go to this near side. Smith steps in. Not this time. He'll get to the line of scrimmage, and that's about as far as he is going to get. And he is tackled by number 3 on the play, and that's Willie Gorman, your outside linebacker. So they'll give him forward progress. Nope, he'll lose another yard back to the 43, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 17. So the Huskies kind of shooting themselves in the foot early in this game. Had a touchdown call back already. Sewell and Meadows to that far side. To this near side will come Andre Ellington. Drop straight back is Avery Vining. Look, going to throw a long fade down the sideline too far, trying to go to number 27, Meadows, on the play. Javarcia Meadows. Nice coverage that time. You just want to throw it to where he can catch it or throw it out of bounds. And that one went just a little long, and it's going to bring up a third down and about 17 yards to go. Got to get to the 40, ball along the 43-yard line of the Huskies. Lorenzo Hargrove checks out of the game for the Huskies. They go splits, and the slot will go that side. Going to run a little draw pay, and number 66 is going to put him down really quick. And on the tackle that time was Stephen Braswell. And I'm sorry, make that 55 on the tackle that time. And that was Robert Rux. So Cody Burrell will kick it off. Brandon Miller will be deep. And the Huskies are going to take a timeout. We're going to take one with them. 7-6, 8:10 to go in the second. We're live from the air. Hurricanes on top. We'll be back. If you've been injured in a car wreck, call the Downey Law Firm in Macon, Georgia. Attorney Jason Downey focuses on personal injury matters and has fought to recover millions of dollars for his clients. The Downey Law Firm handles cases throughout the entire state of Georgia. Visit their website today, DowneyLawGA.com, or give them a call at 478-974-1738. The Downey Law Firm, making sure things are fair in the legal world. And welcome back to the Ed DeVore Sports Complex. Coming back from this timeout. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors in no particular order here. You Park them, you sell them. The car lot for you, located at 3306 Vineville Avenue. BT Media Productions, Middle Georgia State University. Quality Computers on Riverside Drive. Macon Touchdown Club. Classic Firearms, and the Downey Law Firm. Speaking of the Downey Law Firm, don't forget for our post-game wrap-up, we'll come back at the end of this one, and we'll get our final verdict brought to you by the Downey Law Firm on this game. I want to remind you, too, to join us each and every Thursday night right here on DSPNSports.com. Just click on Gridiron Gab each and every Thursday night at the top of the page from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. We do a little coaches interview from our game for Friday night, and then it's all college football and the Southeastern Conference and our Classic Firearms Pick'em contest, where you can win prizes every week, and the grand prize winner at the end of it is going to get a really, really nice $600 shotgun courtesy of Classic Firearms. So on a fake punt, not a good idea, and the Howard Huskies are going to lose yardage from the 44 all the way back to the 39-yard line, and that's where they are going to end up turning it over. So Howard continues to make mistakes, and Rutland now is trying to capitalize on them. Otto Foreman in the game, sent a man in motion. That's Miller. They're going to take and leave it with the up back, and we're going to get a flag here. And I believe we're going to have encroachment on the defense, and that's going to move them up 5 yards, and another mistake, and that's going to make it easy for the Hurricanes on second down and make it 2nd and 5. Number 81 checks back in for the Hurricanes, and that's Elijah Mace. Take and going to leave it with the up back, and let's see who is that. Now they're going to leave it with Miller, Landon Miller, and he's not going to make it much back to the, let's see, they're going to make it 36-yard line, I believe. They may give him the 35, and now it's going to be the 36, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 6 now for the Hurricanes. 2nd and 6, single setback will be Bentley. Take, and they're going to toss sweep to him. 35 steps in, and that's about as far as he gets. Number 9 was one of the first ones in there for the Huskies on the play, and that was Octavius Reed, and Octavius is having a pretty good night on the defensive side of the ball. Elijah Mace will check in. Miller will be the wing back to that far side. Corson will be the tight end on that side with him. Single setback will be number 14, Marcellus Bentley. Send Miller in motion. Take, and he's going to drop straight back. Going to look for a slot down the middle of the field, and incomplete. And he was trying to go that time to number 4, Josh Carson, and it falls incomplete. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 4 to go. 3.5, 4. And number 19 will check in, and that's Corey Rousey. On a 4th down play, Bentley and Smith in the backfield. Quarterback takes, and he's going to try to do an end around to Landon Miller, and no, sir. And I believe that was Gabriel Howard that ate that one up, and let's check and see. Was it? It was Gabriel Howard. And a nice play by the outstanding, Daniel Allen actually on the tackle that time. So on a 4th down, they go for it at 6:07 to go here in the period, and they'll turn it right back over to the Huskies. So Avery Vining will get his play in. And let's see what he can do here. In the backfield this time will also be number 15, Jalik Phillips. Splits to this side, take and run an end around. They'll go to Sewell. Sewell's got room to run. Got on the corner. He could go. One man to beat. Can he go down the sideline? Yes, sir. No flags. 74 yards by number 4. And that is Quentin Sewell. So a 74-yard touchdown run by Quentin Sewell gives the Huskies the lead back at 12-7. And let's see if Barney Hester opts to go for 2 here. Went on a little end around, or just kind of that jet sweep with Quentin Sewell. And he took it 74 yards. From the 36 he went. And now they'll go for 2. Avery Vining in a shotgun. They'll flip the tight end to this near side. 2 men in the backfield, 1 in 8's position. Take and look. Now he's going to roll. Got a man out there in the flat. Did he catch it? And he did catch it. Don't know who that was. Let's check it and see. Get the number there. And that was number 85, who was one of the upbacks in the blocking position. So the 2-point conversion is good. And that was Josh Smith, the senior back, on the reception. So the 2 points is up and good. The 7th.
When I came here, I didn't know what I would find.
I worked hard.
I applied myself.
And I realized anything is possible.
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
Find your greatness.
Cody Burrell will get ready to kick it off. Back deep will be number 14 and number 8. And that's going to be Landon Miller along with Marcellus Bentley 74-yard touchdown, 74-yard touchdown, 64-yard touchdown run. I'll get it right here in a second. From the 36, he took it on a little jet sweep, and they'll kick it high and short this time, and the up man will catch it along the 20, come to the 25, get to the 27, 28, and that's where he'll be brought down. And the first man in on the tackle that time was going to be number 18 for the Huskies on the play, and that's Tom Pinter. So a big touchdown run on the end around by Quentin Sewell has the Huskies back on top, 14-7. We have an update. Tatnall Square Academy traveled to East Lawrence tonight. They have a 21-0 lead in the second period. We'll try to get some more scores for you here in a moment as they come along. Most everybody should be along the second. 14-7 here. Miller in motion. They're going to leave it with Bentley, and he's going to get up inside. He'll go from the 26, 27. He'll get to the 32. Let's see where they mark him at. Maybe the 33-yard line. We're going to give him 5 or 6 yards on the play. We'll give him 6 on it. We're going to call it 2nd and 4. Bentley and Smith in the background. Take and going to give it on Landon Miller, and the quarterback's going to lead block. We're going to get a flag, and Miller's not going to get very far. He may pick up just a couple of yards, but we got a flag in the interior line, and I'm not for sure. Let's see what it is here. Could be a procedure, could be a hold. We'll check it and see. And they're talking to the Hurricanes. Well, let's see. Ball flag is down on the 35. Ball snapped along the 34-yard line. Not for sure what the penalty was here. And they're going to mark it from the line of scrimmage, and let's get the call here. And it looks like it was a hold, and it's going to move them back 10 yards to the 23, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 13 yards to go. Ball on the 23, you got to get to the 39, 38-yard line. Under center will go Fuller. Miller will go in motion. They'll take and leave it with Bentley inside, and he'll get stopped and peeled back that time on the tackle. And that was number 45, was one of the first men in there for the Huskies out of his linebacker spot. And that was rather the defensive lineman, Quintavious Morant. Nose to the football. The big man got to it. 4:24 to go here in this first half of play. Clock will run. Ball's up to the 25-yard line. Got to get to the 38 at least to pick up a new set of downs. 3rd down and 13. Take and going to roll this way. Quarterback's going to throw it out in the flat, and he's going to get hammered, and it's going to fall incomplete. And with a big hit out there was Jalen Parker, and they were going to number 21 in the flat, and that was Torrey Smith, and he got popped. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 13 to go. Ball on the 27, got to get to about the 38, so we'll call it 11. Andres Ellington, along with Avery Vining, will be back for the Huskies, and they ought to get pretty good field position out of this one. They'll stand along their own 42-yard line. Eric Sanchez will do the honors. And we're going to have to get a timeout here by Rutland as we had a man coming in onto the field late. Take it with him. 30 seconds. We'll be back after this timeout. Well, it's football time in the South, and that means we're rolling toward the great year. No, not just football. It's almost time for hunting season 2. And if you're in the market for a new rifle, there's no better place than Classic Firearms, located at 3780 Northside Drive, right here in Macon, across from the Wellness Center. Whether you're in the market for a rifle, a shotgun, or a new concealed carry pistol, now is the time to go see Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff at Classic Firearms. They have everything from weapons to accessories to ammunition. So call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. Welcome back to the Ed. Russell Deese along with you here on DSBN Sports presentation of the Gridiron Game of the Week. 4:04 to go, fourth down, and about 12 for the Hurricanes. Had to call a timeout. Logan Moss late getting on the field. Coach Daniel really calm, went over and just explained the situation to him. Avery Vining will catch it on the 42, 50, 45, 40. Cut outside, 35, 30, and he's going to get corralled and taken down right there. Ball along the 35-yard line, and the Huskies will be in business, and I believe, it'll be first down along the 35. 3:49 to go. Penalties a little bit have taken the toll on the clock here. We've gone a little long in this first period of play as we roll into 8:25 p.m. The only update we've got right now is out of single A, 21-0 Tatnall Square Academy on the road against East Lawrence, as the Trojans try to go to 2-0 after having last week off. They'll take and go to Raekwon Smith. Big hole. He'll get over to the 27-yard line, pick up 8 on the play, and the first man to bring him down, I believe, that time was number 45 on the tackle, and that was Hunter Mock. Second down. Ellington to this near side. Sewell and Meadows to the far side. Single setback. Go to Raekwon Smith. First down and more. 25-20, 19-yard line. And he is brought down that time by number 14. Marcellus Bentley was the first man in there. But enough for the first down, and it'll give them a new set of downs as they'll roll into the 20-yard line. And the Huskies are in business as they roll toward the red zone and try to add to this lead. 14-7. Binding in a shotgun. Smith will be the lone setback. They'll have an H-back blocker. Go to Raekwon Smith. 20, 15, 14, 13-yard line before he is brought down. And we'll check and see who brought him down there. And that was number 90 on the play, on the tackle. And that was DeQuavius Woods from his nose tackle position. So Smith will check out. Number 15 will come in. That's Jalik Phillips. Phillips now will be the lone setback. Take and go to Phillips. He'll get to the 10. He'll get to the 7. He'll get to the 5. He'll roll into the 4. They'll mark him just inside the 5-yard line. Once again, running all the way from his nose tackle position was number 90 on the play, and that was Woods, and he was one of the 2 that got in there and brought him down. First down and go, ball on the 5-yard line. Number 15 is the lone setback, and that's Phillips. H-back in the block for him. They'll go to Big Phillips again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Will they call him down? They're going to call him down short of the goal. Looks like he may have fell in there, but I'm not for sure. They're going to mark him down just inside the 1-yard line. And who was on? And that was DJ Conaway, the inside linebacker. Ball 6 inches from the goal. Raekwon Smith will check back in. Avery Vining in a shotgun. Take, and Avery Vining's going to bootleg it in from a yard out for the touchdown. Was there a flag on the play? There was not. 1 yard out, quarterback number 6, Avery Vining at the 137 mark gives the Huskies a 20-7 lead. And remember, they've had one touchdown taken off the board already here tonight on a penalty after a long punt return from Avery Vining, and they couldn't put it in. So they lost that scoring opportunity, and now they try to go with the extra point. Cody Burrell will do the honors. Had a couple of low snaps here tonight. They were having trouble, and once again, it's low. Did he get it up and good? Kick is good. Timeout on the field. Huskies lead it 21-7. We'll be back after this timeout. Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue. Welcome back to the Ed DePore Sports Complex. It's DSBN Sports Gridiron Game of the Week here on DSBNSports.com. It is 21-0, a courtesy of a 1-yard run by Avery Vining for the Howard Huskies after a good bit of running from Raekwon Smith on that drive. So Burrell will kick it off. Back deep will be Landon Miller along with number 6, Ryan Hogan. High short kick, just like last time. Go up to the up man. He'll catch it. And that's number 90. And that's DeQuavius Woods. And he'll catch it along the 27-yard line. And that's where the Hurricanes will set up shop. Want to remind you again, Monday night at the Macon Touchdown Club, our guest speaker will be Chris Hatcher, the head coach of the Sanford Bulldogs. They're on the road this week, taking on Central Arkansas, and he will be our guest speaker. I'd love to have you come. Just log on to MaconTouchdownClub.com or show up. $30 per guest, includes dinner and the speaker and the program. We'll honor the back lineman and special teams player of the week. We'll feature a local high school. We'll have the head coach talk, and then on to Chris. I want to remind you on Thursday nights right here on DSBNSports.com, just go to the top of the page and click on Gridiron Gab every Thursday night from 6:30 to 8. We're going to talk college football and the SEC Classic Firearms Pick'em Contest. About $70 in prizes you can get win each week if you guess the winner and the score, and that puts you in the running for the grand prize at the end of the year. And we've got a really, really nice choice of 2 shotguns that you'll get a chance to, valued right at $600. Sponsored by Classic Firearms. Excited to have some new things coming up on the network here before long. Entered into a partnership with Mr. Brad Spiegel over at Quality Computers. And we'll have an unveiling for you that we think you're going to really, really like here in the short future. So with 1:30, and I'm not for sure what the problem is here. Let's see. Maybe a clock issue. They got it at 13 seconds. And it should be 1:30, not 13 seconds on the clock. And there we got it corrected. And that's what the timeout was for. Under center, Miller will go in motion, and they'll leave it with Marcellus Bentley, and he'll step in. He'll go from the 28. They'll give him the 31. We'll pick up 3 on the play. And that may have been Torrey Smith running that time. Let's check and see. No, I believe that was Bentley. That's correct. So Elijah Mace will check in. Corey Rousey will check out. Clock runs at 52:51. They'll split out Landon Miller to this side. Take and turn, and they'll go to the second man through this time, and he'll get across the 31, maybe to 32, back to the line of scrimmage. And that was number 21 that time, Torrey Smith. And number 45 on the tackle for the Huskies that time was Quintavious Moran. And Quintavious has had a very good first half of play along that defensive front for the Huskies. 18 seconds to go, and let's see if they'll run another play. I don't believe they will. I don't believe they got it set in time enough for to get a delay of game penalty here. And they will not. Well, that's going to do it. Clock runs down to 0. Your score at the half, live from the Ed DeForest Sports Complex, 21-7. We'll take some timeouts. We'll try to get caught up on some scores for you, and we'll get ready for the second half. You're listening to the Gridiron Game of the Week on the DSBN Sports Network, right here on DSBNSports.com. We'll be back and get ready for the second half.
When I came here, I didn't know what I would find.
I worked hard.
I applied myself.
And I realized anything is possible.
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
Find your greatness.
Well, it's football time in the South, and that means we're rolling toward the greatest time of the year. No, not just football. It's almost time for hunting season 2. And if you're in the market for a new rifle, there's no better place than Classic Firearms, located at 3780 Northside Drive, right here in Macon, across from the Wellness Center. Whether you're in the market for a rifle, a shotgun, or a new concealed carry pistol, now is the time to go see Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff at Classic Firearms. They have everything from weapons to accessories to ammunition. So call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue. Hey guys, I know that we can sit around and talk about football and firearms and hunting all day long, but right now I want to speak to the ladies in the audience. The fastest growing segment of firearm purchasers and owners in our country is now women. So ladies, when it comes time for you to make a decision about your first or your next firearm purchase, trust the staff at Classic Firearms. Located at 3780 Northside Drive, just across from the Wellness Center, let Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff assist you in this very important decision. From firearms to ammunition to accessories, trust the fine folks at Classic Firearms. Call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. And welcome back to the Ed DeForest Sports Complex here on DSBN Sports Gridiron Game of the Week. Your score at halftime in the crosstown 2-4A rivalry game. It's the Howard Huskies on top, 21-7, and the Huskies actually had a score taken off the board. Avery Vining had a big punt return of about 68 yards for a touchdown, but a holding call around the 10-yard line brought it back, and they were unable to put it in the end zone and actually turned it over on downs, and that's where we stand right now, 21-7. At this time, we want to bring in one of our sponsors and also a member of the Bibb County Board of Education, none other than Jason Downey from the Downey Law Firm. Jason, good to have you with us here tonight. Your thoughts on this first half of play?
It's been fun. We got here right at kickoff, and at first it looked like it was going to be sort of a defensive stand, and then it just kind of got away from Rutland, and Howard started really dominating at the end of the second half, or at the end of the second quarter.
it could be a lot worse. I mean, they had that one touchdown taken off the board. You got to kind of wonder. Rutland's got to do something at the beginning of the second half, or it could really get out of hand. But Howard's got a lot of speed. Coach Hester has really done a good job over there, and Rutland, they've got a good head coach. It's going to take a little while to get back on their feet.
Yeah, Mark Daniel comes in and replaces longtime head coach George Collins. We had the opportunity to have him at the Macon Touchdown Club on Monday night as our Rutland featured school. And he did a good job. He's excited, and he was talking about how fundamentals have got to be taught, and he felt like they were lacking in that. And he even made a comment about some of the kids. Man, some of them look really good in shorts, and you put the pads on them, and the dynamics changed a little bit. So tell us a little bit about, first of all, what's happening with the Downey Law Firm these days.
Sure. Well, the Downey Law Firm is a personal injury focused law firm, and I've been practicing law about 13 years now. And entirely here in Macon, and I come from an insurance defense background. So I used to represent people that were in car wrecks being sued,
right?
But now I help people that have been in car wrecks and are hurt because of someone else's negligence. Now, not just car wrecks, but motorcycle wrecks, truck wrecks, slip and falls, what we call premises liability.
Right.
And I have a bit of a reputation as a bulldog. I like going to court. I like trying cases. I'm not afraid of going to court. And you see a lot of attorneys on TV and billboards, and I call a lot of those lawyers, I hate to disparage them, McDonald's lawyers.
Right.
They're afraid of a courtroom. I'm not. And so I get a lot of referrals from other attorneys when they don't want to have to go to court. I'll take the case over and go to court. So I practice in downtown Macon, and been there for, like I say, 13 years now.
Yeah, Mercer Law grad.
Law grad. I moved here in 2000, graduated in 03, and season ticket holder of the football team, and support the football and basketball team and baseball team. And I'm excited to see Ortho Georgia Park get built over there. That's exciting to see everything going on at Mercer's main campus.
Yeah, it's just blowing up
wild
over there. And Jason and I both 2011 alumni of Macon Leadership here in Macon, and that was a lot of fun to do that. It's an organization we both support, and I want to thank you for coming on this year. You've been your second year with us on the Sports Beat, our Gridiron Gab show every Thursday night. Really excited about the pick'em contest we have every week. So let's talk a little college football here now. Okay. You're a Marshall guy, so tell me about the Thundering Herd this year.
Well,
what's Doc got up there?
Doc's got, I think we're going to have a good squad. I don't know if we'll win the conference or not, but we've got a true sophomore quarterback named Chase Litton, and he came from Tampa, and he started about 8 games last year when our starting quarterback got hurt. He was the backup quarterback as a true freshman. He was highly recruited out of Tampa and had a heck of a year. I mean, he's a sort of a pocket, more of a pocket passer. He'll scramble when he has to, but he's a pocket passer. He had about 2,400 yards last year as a true freshman. And at Marshall, we like our 4-year true freshman quarterbacks with Chad Pennington and Byron Leftwich. Byron played a little bit as a freshman. He actually was recruited as a wide receiver at Marshall. But I was up there during the Randy Moss and Chad Pennington days.
Somebody figured that one out pretty quick, didn't they, with Byron?
Yeah, he gained some weight and couldn't run down the sideline quite as fast. But yeah,
he could throw it.
He could. But yeah, it's we're our home opener is tomorrow. Actually, that's the opening game of the season. We were the only 1A school. FBS school that had a bye week their first week. So I got to watch everyone else play and get excited, and I had to sit back and wait till tomorrow.
Okay, so Marshall opens up against who tomorrow?
We play. I can't remember if it's Morgan State or Nicholls State. Who is Georgia playing tomorrow?
Nicholls.
Okay, it's Morgan State.
Okay.
I get confused. I've been here in Nicholls State all week because of this. Everybody's selling their tickets on eBay.
Last weekend, a lot of fun if you're a college football fan.
Yes, it was.
Great games on last weekend.
I watched a lot of them. It was wild. Just it's going to be an exciting year. The Texas game was wild to watch, and finally seeing Charlie Strong really start to pull that program together. It's exciting for him.
And I'm a big fan of his.
I am too. I think he's a workhorse, and it's exciting to see him have a good program. There were some big wins. Alabama just looks so dominant. It's going to be wild to watch Alabama play. Ole Miss, I thought, well, golly, hotty toddy, and then Florida State came rambling back.
Yeah, I went to bed. I went to bed. It was 28-6, and it's over. I was going to text my buddy David Keys, and he said, "You didn't see the headlines, I don't guess." I said, "No."
Yeah. There's just going to be a lot of good football games this year. You've got Florida State and Clemson coming up here soon, and there's just Southern football is exciting because you see highly ranked teams playing every week, and that's what's exciting about ACC and SEC football. But now you've got some good squads in the ACC, and it's competitive. It's really a lot of fun every week.
Well, I'm glad it's back. It took too long to get here as far as I was concerned. Before I let you go here, we want to touch on one other thing. You're rolling off your term here. You didn't run for re-election for the school board. Talk about your experience with Bibb County Board of Education and some of the areas that you're most proud of what y'all did during your tenure on the Board of Education.
I think the biggest thing was when I came on the board about 4 years ago, we had a morale problem. I mean, we had a big morale problem in this community, and there wasn't a lot of pride in Bibb County Public Schools. And I feel like what we've done as a board, as a team, we've brought the team together. We've brought some new players on board. I'm very proud of going out and getting West Point grad Dr. Curtis Jones as our superintendent. I think he's done a wonderful job. I think the best is still yet to come. And I'm just excited. I'm very proud of and have no regrets about the time that I've spent on the board. And I think bringing that morale back. I think people are proud to say Bibb County school system's on the rise, and it's going to go nowhere but up. And you can see the test scores improving, the graduation rate improving, and the excitement of the football games even. It just bleeds everywhere. So it's exciting to see that.
And it's the case in everything else in life. Once you get excitement going, it kind of breeds it and grows itself. Right. And hopefully we're going to start seeing that again in Bibb County. I think we did. I mean, the Making Touchdown Club, Middle Georgia Kickoff Classic, huge crowd. Central, FPD, Howard, Mountain DeSales. We had teams that had never played each other. Central and Mountain DeSales, 2 blocks from each other. Been around for 100 years. Central, obviously, the old Lanier and Mountain DeSales have been here in their incarnation forever. And to have those 2 schools play each other was a great thing. So those are the kind of things we need to build on in the community, not separate, try to join together.
Well, and that's the big thing. I think for this community to grow, the public school system is where the majority of the graduates are going to come from. And we have a great charter school system here. We've got a great private school system here. But at the end of the day, the workforce is going to primarily come out of public education. And so we need to shore that up and make sure that we as a community get behind that. And I think we're doing that. I think we're rounding third and heading for home.
All right, Jason, tell folks how they can get in touch with you at the Downey Law Firm.
You can check me out on the web at downeylawga.com or give me a call at 478-974-1738. My paralegal's name is Jennifer. If I'm not there, ask for her. Tell everybody where you heard us and give us a call. We'll help you out.
All right, Jason Downey, the Downey Law Firm. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and get ready for this second half. Your score 21-7. Howard Huskies on top of the Rutland Hurricanes. You're listening to the Gridiron Game of the Week on the DSBN Sports Network right here on DSBNSports.com. We'll be back after this timeout. The Downey Law Firm understands what happens when you've been injured in a car wreck. Attorney Jason Downey used to work for insurance companies, and he's helped injured victims attain millions of dollars for their injuries. Whether you're in Macon, Valdosta, Atlanta, or anywhere in between, the Downey Law Firm handles cases throughout the entire state of Georgia. Give them a call today at 478-974-1738. The Downey Law Firm, making sure things are fair in the legal world. The Making Touchdown Club begins its 71st season on September the 6th at the Methodist Children's Home on Pierce Avenue. Join us again this year as we celebrate football, fun, and fellowship. Among our featured speakers this year will be former Georgia head coach Ray Goff, former Virginia Tech legend Frank Beamer, University of Georgia legend Lauren Smith, and former head coach of the Auburn Tigers Pat Dye, along with many others. Each Monday night, starting at 6:30, that's the Making Touchdown Club. Visit us online at makingtouchdownclub.com. If you've been injured in a car wreck, call the Downey Law Firm in Macon, Georgia. Attorney Jason Downey focuses on personal injury matters and it's fought to recover millions of dollars for his clients. The Downey Law Firm handles cases throughout the entire state of Georgia. Visit their website today, downeylawga.com, or give them a call at 478-974-1738. The Downey Law Firm, making sure things are fair in the legal world. Hey folks, it's Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. There comes a time when we all start to look for a brand new or even a newer automobile, and as a consumer, your choices have always been limited as to where to shop, and secondly, what to do with your current car. Take it to the local dealer and trade it in for wholesale, ride around town with that ugly for sale sign in the back window, or park it in your driveway and hope somebody stops by and they're really there to look at your car. Well, that's where the fine folks at U Parkham U Sellum at 3306 Vineville Avenue in Macon come in. U Parkham U Sellum is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For almost 18 years, U Parkham U Sellum has been the alternative to giving your car away to the local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market the car yourself. The professional staff at U Parkham U Sellum has 35 years of experience in the automobile industry, and they're there solely to help you through the process of selling or buying your next car. If you have a car and you're ready to sell it, let the folks at U Parkham U Sellum show you how to maximize your vehicle's marketing and financial potential today. U Parkham U Sellum, the car lot for you. Remember, folks, don't just park it, sell it. Give them a call today, 478-254-6310. That's U Parkham U Sellum.
When I came here, I didn't know what I would find.
I worked hard.
I applied myself.
And I realized anything is possible.
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
Find your greatness.
Well, it's football time in the South, and that means we're rolling toward the greatest time of the year. No, not just football. It's almost time for hunting season 2. And if you're in the market for a new rifle, there's no better place than Classic Firearms, located at 3780 Northside Drive, right here in Macon, across from the Wellness Center. Whether you're in the market for a rifle, a shotgun, or a new concealed carry pistol, now is the time to go see Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff at Classic Firearms. They have everything from weapons to accessories to ammunition. So call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma to what to do with your current car. Well, that's where U Parkham U Sellum at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. U Parkham U Sellum is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, U Parkham U Sellum has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's U Parkham U Sellum, 3306 Vineville Avenue. Hey guys, I know that we can sit around and talk about football and firearms and hunting all day long, but right now I want to speak to the ladies in the audience. The fastest growing segment of firearm purchasers and owners in our country is now women. So ladies, when it comes time for you to make a decision about your first or your next firearm purchase, trust the staff at Classic Firearms. Located at 3780 Northside Drive, just across from the Wellness Center, let Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff assist you in this very important decision. From firearms to ammunition to accessories, trust the fine folks at Classic Firearms. Call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. The Downey Law Firm understands what happens when you've been injured in a car wreck. Attorney Jason Downey used to work for insurance companies, and he's helped injured victims attain millions of dollars for their injuries. Whether you're in Macon, Valdosta, Atlanta, or anywhere in between, the Downey Law Firm handles cases throughout the entire state of Georgia. Give them a call today at 478-974-1738. The Downey Law Firm, making sure things are fair in the legal world. The Macon Touchdown Club begins its 71st season on September the 6th at the Methodist Children's Home on Pierce Avenue. Join us again this year as we celebrate football, fun, and fellowship. Among our featured speakers this year will be former Georgia head coach Ray Goff, former Virginia Tech legend Frank Beamer, University of Georgia legend Lauren Smith, and former head coach of the Auburn Tigers Pat Dye, along with many others. Each Monday night, starting at 6:30, that's the Macon Touchdown Club. Visit us online at MaconTouchdownClub.com. If you've been injured in a car wreck, call the Downey Law Firm in Macon, Georgia. Attorney Jason Downey focuses on personal injury matters and has fought to recover millions of dollars for his clients. The Downey Law Firm handles cases throughout the entire state of Georgia. Visit their website today, DowneyLawGA.com, or give them a call at 478-974-1738. The Downey Law Firm, making sure things are fair in the legal world. Hey folks, it's Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. You know, there comes a time when we all start to look for a brand new or even a newer automobile, and as a consumer, your choices have always been limited as to where to shop, and secondly, what to do with your current car. Take it to the local dealer and trade it in for wholesale, ride around town with that ugly for sale sign in the back window, or park it in your driveway and hope somebody stops by and they're really there to look at your car. Well, that's where the fine folks at You Park 'em, You Sell 'em at 3306 Vineville Avenue in Macon come in. You Park 'em, You Sell 'em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For almost 18 years, You Park 'em, You Sell 'em has been the alternative to giving your car away to the local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market the car yourself. The professional staff at You Park 'em, You Sell 'em has 35 years of experience in the automobile industry, and they're there solely to help you through the process of selling or buying your next car. If you have a car and you're ready to sell it, let the folks at You Park 'em, You Sell 'em show you how to maximize your vehicle's marketing and financial potential today. You Park 'em, You Sell 'em, the car lot for you. Remember, folks, don't just park it, sell it. Give them a call today, 478-254-6310. That's You Park 'em, You Sell 'em.
When I came here, I didn't know what I would find.
I worked hard.
I applied myself.
And I realized anything is possible.
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
Find your greatness.
Well, it's football time in the South, and that means we're rolling toward the greatest time of the year. No, not just football. It's almost time for hunting season too. And if you're in the market for a new rifle, there's no better place than Classic Firearms, located at 3780 Northside Drive, right here in Macon, across from the Wellness Center. Whether you're in the market for a rifle, a shotgun, or a new concealed carry pistol, now is the time to go see Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff at Classic Firearms. They have everything from weapons to accessories to ammunition. So call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma to what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'em, You Sell 'em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'em, You Sell 'em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'em, You Sell 'em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'em, You Sell 'em, 3306 Vineville Avenue. Hey guys, I know that we can sit around and talk about football and firearms and hunting all day long, but right now I want to speak to the ladies in the audience. The fastest growing segment of firearm purchasers and owners in our country is now women. So ladies, when it comes time for you to make a decision about your first or your next firearm purchase, trust the staff at Classic Firearms. Located at 3780 Northside Drive, just across from the Wellness Center, let Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff assist you in this very important decision. From firearms to ammunition to accessories, trust the fine folks at Classic Firearms. Call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. And welcome back to the Ed DeForest Sports Complex. Russell DC here with you on DSBN. Glad to have Jason Downey from the Downey Law Firm and the Bibb County Board of Education joining us here at halftime. I want to get you some updates on some scores. Jones County and Locust Grove, with a minute to go in the half, are tied at 21 all. Dublin leads Swainsboro 27-14. FPD at the half. This is a big game. 2-0 Hawkinsville came in to FPD tonight. FPD 49, Hawkinsville nothing. Central has gone up on Southwest over at Henderson Stadium in that big rivalry game, 21-6. Mary Person at Forest Park, that game is 38-0. Mary Person's at the half. Don't have a Hoco score. Don't have Peach County and Perry. Tatnall at East Lawrence, they lead it 28-0 in their game in single A. Here it is 21 all. The scoring got started at the 7:46 mark. A pass from Avery Vining, 37 yards to Andres Ellington. Extra point was blocked, and Howard led it 6-0. At 3:01 mark, Marcus Bentley got the Hurricanes on the board with a 3-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, and that made it Rutland 7-6. Then at 6:52 mark, a 74-yard return by Quentin Sewell. 2-point conversion was good. Howard was up 14-7. And then Avery Vining with a 1-yard run with the 1:37 mark. Extra point was good, and that's where we stand now. Now Howard deferred in the first half. They will get it back here in the second half. They lead it 21-7. So they'll tee it up. Eric Sanchez will do the honors. And I believe Avery Vining will be one of the deep men. They'll go short kick this time, and they're going to knock it out of bounds right along the 29-yard line. And over there was Andres Ellington on the return, but they knocked it out of bounds. So that's where the Huskies will take their first down and 10. Let's see where they're going to mark this out. Looks like it was marked out along the 32-yard line. They're going to put it along the 35. So number 15 will check out this time for the Huskies. And that is Jalik Phillips. And he's going to go out. And let's see what the Huskies do to open up this second half of play. Wide out to this near side and the far side. They'll go trips actually to that far side over there. In a shotgun, throw it out in the flat, and they've got Sewell. And Sewell's got room to run. He'll cross the 45. He'll get run out along the 47-yard line. And he'll have a new set of downs. Well, let's see where they'll mark him. They're going to mark him. Yeah, it should be the 40. Well, they're going to say the 45-yard line. Pick up 10. That's enough for a new set of downs. Avery Vining will get his call from the bench. Single setback. Quarterback Avery Vining will keep it. It's got a block on the outside. If he can get by the next man, gets to the 50, and he'll be horse-collared over there on the number 8. And I believe that, or number 6, that was Ryan Hogan maybe on the tackle. It's hard to see with these lights where they're angled here. And that was Ryan Hogan, the free safety. In a shotgun, Avery Vining. He's going to leave it, and that's going to be Raekwon Smith. And the big man's had a big night already here tonight, and he's going to go into the 41-yard line. And that was Ryan Hogan again on the tackle that time, along with number 45, Hunter Mock. Both of them got in there to grab him. Howard in a little bit of a hurry-up offense now. Stay in a shotgun with Avery Vining. Raekwon Smith is your lone setback. And Holmes is going to get it, and he's going to take it, and he's going to push the line of scrimmage all the way into the 32-yard line. And that's going to be short of the first down by about a yard maybe. This time they'll split Holmes out. And they'll hand it off. No, that's Holmes. And he's going to get pushed way back, and he's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's about as far as he'll go. Number 4, one of them in there was Josh Carson on the defensive side of the ball for the Hurricanes. So it's going to bring up a third down. He's going to lose a yard. Ball at the 33, maybe the 32 and a half. He's got to get to the 31 to firm this up for a new set of downs. Sewell and Ellington to this near side. Avery Viney going to take, and he's going to run the little quarterback draw. He's going to get away from one man, and he's not going to get away from the other one. And Josh Corson, number 4, is going to get in there and make his second back-to-back tackle for the Hurricanes. And that's going to drop him all the way back to the 40-yard line on a loss of about 7 yards on the play. And it's going to bring up a 4th down, and we're going to call it 8.5. And it looks like the Hurricanes are going to kick, the Huskies are going to kick it away. Number 8, Landon Miller, is going to go back deep in punt formation here to get this kick from Cody Burrell. 21-0, opening drive of the third period at the 9:18 mark. Take and get a kickoff. Landon Miller's going to take it on the 12, and that's as far as he's going to go, because number 51 is going to be down there for the Huskies, and that's Daniel Allen, and he's had a superb night for the Huskies on the defensive side of the ball. And he's going to take Miller and tackle him down on the 11. So a little bit of a hole here for the Hurricanes, as they're going to start a little bit deep in their territory and don't want to make a mistake here. So they'll come out. Landon Miller will be your H-back in the backfield. It'll be Kavian Fuller at quarterback. Torrey Smith will be your running back, along with Marcellus Bentley. Take and go to Bentley. He'll step in, and he'll get across the 12, get to about the 14-yard line, and that's as far as he'll get. Number 18 will check out, Otto Foreman, and in will come Elijah Mace. Bentley send Miller in motion, and they'll go this time to number 21, Torrey Smith. And Smith will get across the 21 to the 23-yard line. And that'll be enough for a first down, probably. Let's see if they move the chains, and they do. And it's 1st and 10. They'll give him up to the 23-yard line, 1st down and 10. Give him a little breathing room here. 8:18, the clock runs in the third period. Howard leads it 21-7. Miller will go in motion, take, and they'll give to Smith again. He'll step in. He'll be stopped by number 53 that time for the Huskies, and that was Desmond Jester. Second down. Let's see how far he got. They're going to give him from the 23 about to the 27. So 2nd down and 6 now for the Hurricanes. Elijah Mace will come to this near side. Landon Miller will be in the H-back position. Smith and Bentley behind Fuller. Take, and he's going to leave it inside with Bentley that time. And not much running room there. In the backfield now is number 12, Donovan Brantley. Quay Morris checks in. Take and going to drop straight back. Got time. Going to throw over the middle, and he's got a man sitting down on the 40, 41, 42-yard line. And let's see who's on the reception that time. And that was, I believe that was number 18 on the number 19 on the reception, and that was they say that's Quay Morris, but I don't think that's right. And let's see, that's Corey Rousey, number 19. Corey Rousey on the reception. Brought down by number 20 that time for the Huskies. On the play. Drops straight back. Fuller's got a man swinging out there, and it's almost intercepted. He was trying to go deep to number 8. Landon Miller. So to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Second and 10, ball along the 42-yard line. And number 19, Corey Rousey, will check in. Mace will check out. Send a man in motion, and that's Landon Miller. They'll go to him. He'll step in along the 42, maybe to 43, maybe to the 44, but that's about as far as he'll get. Donovan Brantley now in the backfield. And let's see if he's taking the place of Torrey Smith or Bentley here, and I believe it's Bentley. Fuller under center. Miller in motion. They'll roll out in the backfield. Looking for Torrey Smith. Nowhere to go. And he's going to go down. And is that ball loose? And let's see. Are they going to say a fumble or are they going to say he was a forward pass? Let's check and see. And I don't know who that's going to. Yep, they're going to say he was down. Forward progress to the 30. And boy, the Hurricanes got away with one there. Could have easily got that call go to the other way. So back deep in punt formation will be Avery Vining and Andres Ellington. Eric Sanchez will do the kicking. Or is that Landon Miller punting? It may be Landon Miller punting. There's a snap to him. Punt is up and good, and that is a short kick. Huskies will field it right there along the 40-41 yard line. And that's where they'll be in business. They'll mark it down on the 41 yard line. And that was Sanchez on the kick. So at 4:51, the Huskies are back in business. With good field position to work with again from the 41 yard line. Drove it in their opening possession of this second half, but couldn't get very far, and they had to turn it over on a kick. So now they'll go trips to this near side. Andres Ellington to the far side. Single setback for Avery Vining. Go to Raekwon. He'll step inside 45, 46 yard line before he's brought down by number 53. That time on defense, and that's DJ Conaway, and DJ's had a very good night here and an active night out of his linebacker position for the Hurricanes. Second down, Vining will get his call from the sidelines. Ellington to that far side. Meadows and Sewell will be down below here. Go to Raekwon Holmes, and Holmes will have a first down and more as he'll push his way across the midfield stripe onto the 46. Had to get to the 49 to set up a new set of downs, and he will pick up about 10 yards on the play, and the Huskies will be in business with a new set of fresh downs. 4:04 to go. Stop the clock while they move the change. Number 22 will check in for the Huskies, and that's Deshaun Richburg. Update out of East Lawrence, 34-0, Tatnall Square on top. Take and go to Raekwon, got outside, 45 on into the 44-yard line, where he is brought down. Number 5 that time on the tackle, and that was T.J. Zellner on the tackle for the Hurricanes. So a pickup of, we're going to give him 2, call it 2nd and 8. Ball rest along the 44-yard line. Number 22 will check out, and that's Deshaun Richburg. Ellington to that far side, along with Lorenzo Hargrove, to Vining straight back. Going to throw it out in the flat, and it's going to get knocked down. Nice defensive play up front. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 8. So once again, Very important third down with a 21-7 lead. Second drive of the night for the Huskies. They start closing in on that red zone. The Hurricanes defense has put a stop to them. Ellington with his play. They'll go wides. This side down below us will come Meadows and Ellington. Make that Sewell drop straight back. Going to throw it long, and it went way too far over the head of Andres Ellington out on that far side. It was streaking down that far sideline. Fourth down again now for the Huskies with the ball on the 44-yard line. Landon Miller will drop back in deep punt formation, back along his, we're going to say he'll stick along the 15-yard line, maybe the 16. Cody Burrell will come in to do the kicking. A little low snap, going to get it away. Going to kick it down this near side. Landon Miller's going to let it roll. It's going to roll inside the 10 to the 5. Can they stop it? And I think they may call that one down. Let's check it and see. Yes, sir, inside the 1-yard line, and a great recovery that time on the kick return coverage. And I believe that was number 51. Was that 51? And that was Daniel Allen again. He's had a whale of a night on the defensive side of the ball. Ball inside the 1-yard line. And I mean literally like the 6 or that might be the 2-inch line. I don't know if they'll be able to turn the football and keep the nose of it out. They're going to give it a less than a half-yard line. And let's see, they're continuing to talk about it. And now they're going to call it a touchback. Is that right? And they are going to call it a touchback. So the Hurricanes got lucky on that one. Looks like he touched that one before it went into the end zone, but they're going to mark it on the 30. We got an update out of Peach County. Peach 21-0 over Perry, 1 minute in the third. The last other updates that we had, FPD out of Single A was leading the Red Devils of Hawkinsville 49-0. And in Single A, Tatland Square Academy was leading 34-0. That one is should have been late or early in the third. What else do we have? 21-6 Central over Southwest. And Dublin was leading Swainsboro 27-14 at the half. And that was what we had. Oh, and Locust Grove and Jones County were 21 all. So move the ball up 5 yards. First and 5 on the encroachment penalty against the Huskies. Under center. Landon Miller will go in motion. Take, and the quarterback will keep it, and he'll move forward. Puller does about a yard, and that's all he'll get before the Huskies push him back. And we'll check and see who some of them on the ground first that time for the Huskies were. And out of the cornerback position was one of them that time, and that was a number 9 for the Huskies. I can find my roster here. Octavius Reed. So on third down and 5, take, and the quarterback's going to sprint out to this side. He's going to tuck it in, and he's got no room to go anywhere. And on the tackle that time, and we've got a late flag that came in here, and I don't know who this is going to be on. Number 63 was the first man on the tackle, and that was Josh Gerald, linebacker senior. Personal foul, face mask, and that's going to hurt. You got the man piled up. You got 3 guys in there tackling. No reason to get that penalty, and that's not going to set well with Coach Hester and his staff. That'll go 15 yards from the 27-yard line. That should move it up to about the 42 and give the Huskies the Hurricanes new life. And that will. They'll mark them up at the 42. And number 19 is going to check in for the Hurricanes, Corey Rousey. Rousey, you're going to split to that far side. They'll flip Josh Corson to this near side in the tight end spot, and he'll be over here with Landon Miller. Probably send Miller in motion. They do not. Fuller's going to roll. Going to look. Got a little pressure. Going to throw it back in the middle of the field, and that was almost caught by Landon Miller. He went up and made a good effort, but people back there, also Corey Rousey was over there, and that was a dangerous throw. Throwing off your back foot, going the opposite way, trying to throw it back across your body in the middle of the field is dangerous football. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Ball will settle on the 42-yard line. Miller will check out. Rather, Rousey will check out. Elijah Mace will check in. They'll bring Mace to this near side. Brantley will be in the game as the other setback, and he'll drop it on the ground. The quarterback's got to pick it up in a hurry, and he got in trouble in a hurry. And let's see, the first man in there was number 43 for the Huskies on the tackle that time. And that is C.J. Grimsley, and C.J.'s had a really good night here as well, too. So Marcellus Bentley now, we have not seen much of him in the second half. It's been Donovan Brantley. And that may be wrong. It's not Donovan Brantley. We'll check and see. And a big run this time. And he'll go out to the 49. Let's see where they're marking the 49. And that was Torrey Smith. And number 12 that's in running back, is Shamar Robinson. Mace will go to that far side. They'll put the tight end Corson to this side, and they'll line them up in 2 tight ends. And tight end Corson is going to jump off sides, and that'll back them up 5 on a 4th down and 2, and now they'll have to kick it on 4th and 7. So Eric Sanchez will check in, and Corson can't be happy jumping off sides. So Andre Sellington, Avery Vining will be deep. They'll back them up 5 inside the 45 to the 44. And we're in the waning seconds here of this third period play with Howard with a 21-7 lead. Ball will go to Sanchez. He's got time. Now he'll look. Will he fake it and run? Will he fake it and run? Yeah, they're going to take off on a fake punt, and Sanchez has got room to run. 45, 40, 35. Are you kidding me? The punter's still alive. Into the 34-yard line on a fake punt, and the Rutland Hurricanes set it up perfectly as we end the third quarter. He just watched the whole team go down the field, and let's see, we have a flag on that far side, and I'm not sure what it is. Oh, then we got a flag here at the back at the line of scrimmage too. So we've got 2, 1, 2. I see 3 flags on the field, and let's see what's going to happen here. Is that going to bring it back for the Hurricanes or not? And it just may well. Block in the back. So all 3 flags. We got 2 blocks in the back and a procedure call back at the line of scrimmage. So if it's at the line of scrimmage on the false start, that's going to back them up 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. So the only one that Hester needs to take here, forget the block in the back, you're going to take the false start and move them back 5 from the 42 and make them kick it again. And I promise you that that's going to be looked at by Coach Hester and his staff very carefully, because somebody else is going to watch a tape and see all those guys turn and run downfield on punt coverage, and somebody's going to try that on again this year. So from the 42, move it back to the 37 after a great fake punt by Sanchez, and he waited and watched, and then he took off on about a 35-yard run, but it's all for naught. They're going to move him back. Wait a minute. Procedure penalty should only be a 5-yard penalty. I don't know why they would move him back. Ball was on the 42. That ball should be set on the 37-yard line. Not for sure why they've moved it back this far here. And if it was a false start, I think what they've done is they've lost track of where the original line of scrimmage was. I don't remember myself. Was it originally on the 42 or was it on the 37? Now they're going to move it. I think they're going to move it up here. 5 yards. Yeah, they're going to put it back. That's right. It should be on the 37-yard line. It was 4th down and 10. So now they'll kick it again. And let's see if that's Avery Binding or Andres Ellington back there. That's Avery Binding. So I promise you they'll have somebody spying on this kick this time around. Last play of the quarter here, third quarter, 21-7. Sanchez to kick it away. High snap and gets it away, but it's a wobbly kick off the side of his foot. It's going to take a Huskies bounce and go out at the 46-yard line, and that is the end of the third period of play. Timeout on the field. Your score, Howard 21, Rutland 7. We'll be back after these timeouts.
When I came here, I didn't know what I would find.
I worked hard.
I applied myself.
And I realized anything is possible.
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
I found greatness here.
What will you find?
Find your greatness.
Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue. And welcome back to the Edge of Four. We start the fourth quarter of play here. Huskies will have it first down at their own 46-yard line after the punt on 4th down. And so the Huskies will come up and set up shop. They drove it twice in the third quarter, but could not make anything out of it and turned it over on punts twice. Same thing with the Hurricanes. Had their opportunities, just had a nice 35, 40-yard run on a fake punt, but 2 blocking the backs, illegal use of hands, whatever you want to call it, and a procedure, and that killed them. Here's Avery Binding, and he's going to go from the 46, and he's going to get to the 49-yard line, pick up a 5 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a second down. And what are they going to mark? They're going to mark him. Yeah, they'll give him to the 50.5, or 49.5 rather, of Rutland. So he's going to have second. We're going to call it a long 5.5, 6 yards here. Sewell and Andres Ellington down to this side. Take and give it to Raekwon. Raekwon's going to get room to run, and he's going to plow into the 42, 43-yard line. That should be enough for the first down. Number 45 was one of them on the tackle that time. Hunter Mock, along with DJ Conaway. DJ and Hunter both have had a good game defensively here for the Hurricanes. Number 55 is going to check out of the game. This time they'll go Sewell and Malik Jolly to that far side. Avery Vining going to keep it himself, step in 40, 35-yard line. Let's see how far he got there. Number 65 in on the tackle as well. Desmond King, the senior defensive lineman, on that tackle. Take and going to give it to number 15 on the carry that time. And he's going to get down that sidelines, and that's Jalik Phillips. Jalik is coming here and spelled a little bit. And he's going to have enough to pick up the first down, and it's going to be first down and 10 right on the 30-yard line, I believe, is where they're going to mark it. Maybe it's 31. We'll see where they set it down at this point. Jalik Phillips will stay in the game. He'll get the handoff. Across the 30. Got room to run, and he'll roll into the 28-yard line. First man in on the tackle that time for the Hurricanes was number 24, and that's Marquavius Wheeler, and he's had a good night here for the Hurricanes. Avery Vining will get his play from his coach. Second down, we'll call it 7. Ball along the 27, maybe the 27 and a half. Phillips will be the setback with Avery Vining, the quarterback. He'll fake. Avery Vining try to get outside, and not this time. He'll get away from one. Won't get away from the second, and he does get away. And now he's going to be thrown down for a loss, and that is going to be number 5, and he's got to make that number 3 on the tackle, and he's got to be careful. And that was Willie Gorman, and that was going to bring. He kind of had the quarterback down, and that got out of hand in a hurry, and you just kind of knew that may be coming. And let's see if this is going to be offsetting penalties. And the coach is reading the riot act over there to number 24, Marquavius Wheeler. Marquavius is getting an earful because I believe this is the second time he's had a penalty here tonight. He throws his helmet on the ground, and the coach is sending him to the locker room, and he is going to go to the locker room. So number 24 is getting sent off the field. I'm not for sure what this is he's getting obviously he's getting ejected from the game, and he is taking his jersey off and his pads, and personal foul number 24, and he has been ejected from the game. Wow. I don't think it's been a while since I've seen that in a high school football game. We may go back and take a second look at this. We'll pull up the replay here in the booth and see what we can find out as they still talk. And I'm not for sure what happened on that play, and we'll check it and see. We'll see if we can pull it up here and take a look at it. I'm not for sure exactly what happened. Coach is still talking about it. We got a personal foul. still haven't been able to see this. And it was right. And they get a 15-yard penalty, and let's check and see. Number 24 comes in. And number 15 got into it as well, too. So that's what happened. Number 80, Bryson Colbert. At any rate, they have taken 24 off the field. So Avery riding in a shotgun, 8:55 to go here in this ball game. Take and look. Going to roll outside. Going to look, and he's going to throw it out in the flat, and he had a man wide open out there who just couldn't handle it, and that was number 85 on the play that time, and that was Josh Smith, the senior running back. Josh came out of that. He's playing that up back position. Big old Josh got his hands on it, but couldn't hang on. So Josh will come out, and they'll send in Quentin Sewell. And to the far side will go Meadows. And Sewell now is at quarterback, and they're going to take and throw a fade, and he's going to throw an interception in the end zone. Do not understand what they did that time. They let Avery Vining out, put him in the slot to the far side. They brought in the wideout, Quentin Sewell, and let him run kind of a wildcat. He stood up and threw it, trying to go to Andre Sellington, and he threw it into double coverage and was intercepted in the end zone. So the Hurricanes, with 8:43 to go in this ball game, will take over on the 20. So Howard once again had the momentum, had driven the ball, had just got the big personal foul penalty. Number 24 had been taken off, Marquavius Wheeler. And so Fuller now will roll out, throw out here in the flats, and he's got number 21, Torrey Smith, and he's going to be taken down along the 23-yard line. And let's check and see who the first man was to get him. And we're going to give that to number 53 for the Huskies, and that's Desmond Jester. So he'll pick up about 4. We'll give him to the 24-yard line. 8:18. Clock runs. Second down and 6. Miller will be the H-back. Take, and they'll give to Miller on a little cross buck underneath, and he'll get out to the 28-yard line. He is going to be just short of the first down to the 29. And number 2 for the Huskies, DeAndre Shelton, one of them in there, along with number 53, Desmond Jester. Make that 63, Josh Gerald, that was in there on that tackle. So third down and less than a yard here to go. Rousey will go wide to that far side. Sneak a man up. The quarterback will try to get the first down. Will he lean in and get enough? I don't know if he's got enough or not. Let's see where they mark him down. They may get him across the 31. And it looks like he did cross the 30, and he's going to pick up first down. .705, and the clock will run now. Miller comes in motion. Drops straight back and going to throw it out here in the flat. And he actually had 2 players out here that time. He had number 12. And that was Shamar Robinson. And he also had Landon Miller out here. But overthrew both of them in the flat. So it'll be second down and 10 Ball along the 31 in a 21-7 ball game as we roll under 7 minutes to go in this one. Clock stops. Corey Rousey, he'll split wide to this side. Robinson and Smith will be your setbacks. Miller will come in motion. They'll go to Miller. He'll step in, 33, and that's about as far as he'll get. And he'll get brought down that time by the Huskies on a quick tackle by number 2, and that's DeAndre Shelton. 45, Quintavious Morant checks out for the Huskies. Number 76 is going to check in. And we don't have a 76 on the roster, so, Coach, I got no idea. Under center is Miller. Fuller, excuse me. Going to throw us middle screen. He's got a man out here, Smith, and he's going to get popped right out of the 35-yard line. And that's going to bring up about a 4th down and 5. One of the first men in there was number 43 for the Huskies on the tackle. C.J. Grimsley, and Mr. Grimsley's had a pretty good night here. 6:09. 4th down and 5. Ball rests on the 36-yard line of the Hurricanes. And Coach Mark Daniels is going to take a timeout. We'll take one with him. 6:05 to go here in the 4th. You're listening to the Gridiron Game of the Week on DSBNSports.com. We'll be back. Hey guys, I know that we can sit around and talk about football and firearms and hunting all day long, but right now I want to speak to the ladies in the audience. The fastest growing segment of firearm purchasers and owners in our country is now women. So ladies, when it comes time for you to make a decision about your first or your next firearm purchase, trust the staff at Classic Firearms. Located at 3780 Northside Drive, just across from the Wellness Center, let Buddy Webb and his knowledgeable staff assist you in this very important decision. From firearms to ammunition to accessories, trust the fine folks at Classic Firearms. Call them today at 478-257-6655 or visit them online at classicfirearmsga.com and tell them you heard about it on DSBN Sports. Welcome back to the Ed DeForest Sports Complex. We have a 4th down and about 5.5 to go. We'll call it a true 5. Ball along the 35.5. Got to get to the 40.5 to pick up a new set of downs for the Hurricanes. Fuller will be under center. Miller will come in motion. They'll sneak a man up along the line. He's going to drop straight back, and he's going to throw a little wheel route out here, and I don't know if he caught it or not. I think that may be out of bounds. Let's see. Landon Miller took a shot as he went out of bounds. Number 2 nailed him, DeAndre Shelton. And let's see. Yes, he did catch it. What a catch by Landon Miller. The young man took a shot, and he ran a little wheel route. He came from his H-back position going left to right, and, man, he got behind the linebacker on this side, and Fuller just dropped it into him, and they keep the drive alive at 5:41, and they're in West Side territory. Miller will check out, and now they'll go off sides, and that'll back them up 5. And we'll check on Landon Miller. I think he's walking down there on the sidelines. Rousey will check back in. And we'll check and see who's in that H-back position now as soon as we can check his number. I believe it may be 36, and we'll check it and see. Take, and they're going to give it to Robinson, and Robinson's going to step back in. He's going to pick up the penalty back, go inside the 45, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 8 to go. .502. Mace will check in, rather. Take, and he got a man sprinting up the middle and a big run by number 14, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. And that is a 44-yard run by number 14, Marcellus Bentley, and that's the first time we've seen Bentley really back the second half. So a 44-yard touchdown run by number 14, Marcellus Bentley, and the extra point will come where they go for 2 here. Only 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Down 21-13. At some point, you either play for overtime here and hope you get the ball back, or you go for 2, and if you get it, you get the win. But Sanchez will come on for the kick. And let's see, we got a flag, and I don't know what this is for. Illegal substitution against Rutland. So that's going to back them up. And this ball will be put down on the 15. So this all-important extra point now turns into a 25-yard kick. So Eric Sanchez and the ball will get by him. And now he's just going to throw it up, and it's going to complete. So the extra point is no good on a bad snap, and it's 21-13. And we'll take a timeout with 4:40 to go here in the fourth. You're listening to the Gridiron Game of the Week on DSBNsports.com. The Downey Law Firm understands what happens when you've been injured in a car wreck. Attorney Jason Downey used to work for insurance companies, and he's helped injured victims attain millions of dollars for their injuries. Whether you're in Macon, Valdosta, Atlanta, or anywhere in between, the Downey Law Firm handles cases throughout the entire state of Georgia. Give them a call today at 478-974-1738. The Downey Law Firm, making sure things are fair in the legal world. And welcome back to the Ed DeFore Sports Complex, 21-13 after the 44-yard touchdown run by Marcellus Bentley. And that closed the gap to within 8. Lined up for the extra point, had an illegal substitution that backed him up another 5. Then a bad snap and hold. Tried to throw it in the end zone to get a 2-point conversion, didn't work. And that's where we sit with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this game, an 8-point lead for the Huskies of Howard. Don't have any more updates for you than what I gave a little while ago. Now we have an update out of East Lawrence. Tatnall up 41-0. And Sanchez is going to do the onside kick, and the handsman comes in and he goes right through the Rutland Hurricanes. And that's going to give Howard the ball. And let's see where they'll mark it down. It's going to be maybe the 47-yard line. So 4:40, Howard's got to make an effort here to try to put this ball game away, as they have let the Hurricanes crawl back in it. Take, and they're going to give it to Raekwon. Raekwon's going to get stood up, and he's going to get pushed back. Number 45 on the tackle that time. And that is Hunter Mock, and he has had a pretty good game here for the Hurricanes as well. Clock will run at 4:23. They'll give him forward progress. They'll actually give him some yardage. They'll move him up to the 49-yard line from the 46. So a pick up a 3, 2nd down and 7. Avery Vining gets his play in from the sideline, jogs quickly back to the huddle. Sewell will come out to this near side in the slot. Meadows will be wide. In a shotgun, Vining Take and look. He's going to keep it himself. Get outside. Get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll be short by a yard at 3:48, 3:47. The clock will run. And with, I believe it's 2 timeouts left for the Hurricanes here. They'll let the clock run down at 3:34, 3:35. Avery Vining will fix his shoe. Hurricanes hoping to get this ball back one more time. 3rd down and 7. This is a big play for the Huskies as well. Meadows and Sewell will come to this near side. Take and go to Holmes. Holmes will step in, and he's got nowhere to go. And they're going to blow the whistle dead, and they're going to get number 3 in on the tackle that time, and that is Willie Gorman from his linebacker spot, and he makes the tackle. And now that's going to bring on Cody Burrell, number 17, to kick off on a punt. And Landon Miller is going to go deep to around his 23-yard line. Burrell got it away. It'll turn over. Miller's going to take it on the 22, 23. Try to come outside, and he's going to be run down that time by number 9 for the Huskies, and that's Quavian Mitchell. Zaquane Mitchell on the tackle at 2:34 to go in the game. And so the Hurricanes are going to have another shot at it here, trailing by 8, ball along their own 27-yard line. 2:34 to go in this one. Don't forget to stick around for the final verdict presented by the Downey Law Firm to wrap this one up when we get done. And we'll have our player of the game. Take and going to give it to the up back. He's going to step into the 30, and that's where he's going to get brought down. And let's see who that was on the carry that time. And that was number 21, and that's Terry Smith. Number 43, one of them in there on the tackle. C.J. Grimsley again. He's had a busy night. Take and look. Puller's going to fake. Go straight back. Going to throw it down the middle of the field. He had Landon Miller right down there, just short as he leaned back in to get it. DeAndre Shelton was down there on the coverage. Landon Miller almost had a catch deep into the Huskies' territory around the 38-yard line. 2:04 to go, 3rd down and 5. This is a big set of downs here for the Hurricanes. Try to get you an update as quick as we can of anything that we've got. And there's a final out of East Lawrence. Tatnall Square in Single A has beaten East Lawrence 41-0. Other Single A score we had was FPD was up 49-0 at the half over the Hawkinsville Red Devils. Hard to believe that. Elijah Mace goes to that far side. Miller goes in motion from right to left. Fuller going to drop straight back. Going to throw it out in the flat, and he's got Miller. He'll have a first down along the 39-yard line. Make it the 40, so they'll keep the ball. And that'll stop the clock at 1:57. 60 yards away from a potential score to pull them within 2 and a 2-point conversion to send this one to overtime. Fuller will go under center. Take and go with it himself. Nope, going to Landon Miller. Number 9 was a man in there on the rush. Zaquan Mitchell. 1:42. When we got a timeout, we'll take it with him. 1:42. Howard leads at 21-13. We'll be back to wrap it up from Ed to 4 right after this. The Macon Touchdown Club begins its 71st season on September the 6th at the Methodist Children's Home on Pierce Avenue. Join us again this year as we celebrate football, fun, and fellowship. Among our featured speakers this year will be former Georgia head coach Ray Goff, former Virginia Tech legend Frank Beamer, University of Georgia legend Lauren Smith, and former head coach of the Auburn Tigers Pat Dye, along with many others. Each Monday night, starting at 6:30, that's the Macon Touchdown Club. Visit us online at MaconTouchdownClub.com. Welcome back to the Ed DeForest Sports Complex. Jake Fromm's gone for 350 after 3 weeks in a row of going over 500. So he's having a little bit of a slow night. 34-14, Hoko in their lead. Here's a throw out in the flat, throw it back, and it's incomplete. Tried to throw it to number 14 out here that time, and that was Marcellus Bentley. And Marcellus has been real active in that first half, not so much here in the second half. Third down and 14, 137. Don't really have any more updates to give you. The Jones County score was tied at 21 all. Now the Greyhounds lead 42-27. So Jones County was facing a 2-0 Locust Grove team, and that was knotted up early, but not the case now. Third down and 14. Take and give it to Marcellus Bentley. He'll come in and he'll try to do a little sprint draw in there off that left side, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage to the 41, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 9. They're going to give him just the 40 and a half, so we're going to call it 9.5. Corey Rousey will come to this side. Kavian Fuller. Send Landon Miller. Miller's going to try to sweep outside. He is not going to get on the corner, and number 9 is going to take him down, and that's Octavius Reed, who's had a big night here for the Huskies. And with 56.2 seconds to go, the Huskies are going to take over on downs. So, the Huskies defense is going to preserve the victory for them here. But it's not going to be very impressive on film for either one of these teams here tonight. Way too many mistakes in this ball game. Way too many penalties. Number 24, Marquavius Wheeler, had 2 or 3 personal fouls. The last one cost him a lot. He was ejected from the game, so that means he will be ineligible for the next game as well, too. So a big loss for Mark Daniel and his staff. So Avery Vining will take a knee. A lot to look at here for the player of the game. Landon Miller had a good night for the Hurricanes. Marcellus Bentley had a good night. Raekwon Holmes has had a heck of a night for the Howard Huskies, along with Avery Vining. Sewell had a big night. Andre Sellington had a few catches. Don't forget, 25 seconds to go here. Avery Vining will set it down. We'll come back and get the final verdict on this one. There's a fumble from the snap to the center, and Avery Vining's able to hang on to it, and that is going to be the final snap as we go under 5 seconds here. That's going to do it. The Howard Huskies get their first win of the season and go to 1-3. The Hurricanes go to 1-2. When we come back, we'll get the final verdict on this game brought to you by the Downey Law Firm. You've been listening to the Gridiron Game of the Week on the DSPN Sports Network. We'll return after this minute. If you've been injured in a car wreck, call the Downey Law Firm in Macon, Georgia. Attorney Jason Downey focuses on personal injury matters and it's fought to recover millions of dollars for his clients. The Downey Law Firm handles cases throughout the entire state of Georgia. Visit their website today, DowneyLawGA.com, or give them a call at 478-974-1738. The Downey Law Firm, making sure things are fair in the legal world. Now, let's head back to the stadium for our post-game wrap-up, presented by the Downey Law Firm, and get the final verdict on this game. And welcome back to the post-game wrap-up here. The final verdict brought to you by the Downey Law Firm. And it was a tight, hard-fought game between these two. A lot of mistakes here tonight The scoring got started early in this game on a 37-yard touchdown pass from Avery Vining to Andre Salington. The extra point was no good. We stayed that way till the 3:01 mark of the first period, and it was a 3-yard run by Marcellus Bentley. The extra point was good, and Rutland led it 7-6. Then in the second, a 74-yard touchdown run by Quentin Sewell made it 14-7 after the 2-point conversion. We stayed that way until Avery Vining, with 1:37 to go in the second period, got a 1-yard run. The extra point was good, and it was 21-7. We stayed that way till the 4:40 mark of the fourth period, and was Marcellus Bentley with another big run on the night, 46-yard. The extra point was no good, 21-13. And your final score here, 21-13. The final verdict on this one, Howard holds on, gets the first win of the season for an inexperienced ball club for Barney Hester and Mark Daniel, both here tonight. Our player of the game, we could have easily gone to Landon Miller, who had a big night. Kavian Fuller didn't have a bad night. Marcellus Bentley, big night for the Hurricanes. But the biggest night probably running the football came with number 31 for the Howard Huskies, Raekwon Holmes. So Raekwon Holmes is our DSBN player of the game. That's going to do it for tonight. We're going to wrap it up from Ed to Ford. Don't forget to join us next Thursday night at 6:30 here on DSBNsports.com. Just go to the top of the page and click on Gridiron Gab. We'll go live at 6:30 to 8 o'clock. And don't forget our Classic Firearms Pick'em contest. This week we're picking Mississippi State and South Carolina, over $70 in prizes. You've got time till noon tomorrow to get your pick in. You can email us from right here on the website, message us on our Facebook page, our Twitter page, or just send us an email to gridirongab@yahoo.com. So next Thursday night, we'll be live 6:30 to 8 on gridirongab.com. Once again, your final from the Ed DeFore Sports Complex. The Howard Huskies and Coach Barney Hester get their first win of the season over Mark Daniels Hurricane. Your final 21-13. That's going to do it. We'll see you Thursday night, everybody, and next Friday night from the Gridiron. Our time is up. We thank you for yours.